Hi guys and welcome back to Sports Go HD and welcome back to another episode of the QPR series where today we have a live comment against Blackburn, I believe it is. I think it's Blackburn. God, if it's not, I feel a bit dumb. It is Blackburn, good. And got a couple of fixtures to recap. Not a lot of games actually, a couple of Europa League games. And got to look at our Europa League group. So I think there's a transfer to look at and then the live comp. That's about it really. So let's look at the transfer first, I think. It's signed Victor Andrade, who I believe I was telling you about in the last episode. The deal was about to go through then or something like that. But he's now our player and he's a young Brazilian striker from Santos who's supposed to become a real superstar of a player. So really pleased we picked him up nice and cheap. And going on how, well, really cheap and for the current price that Brazilians seem to go for in this particular save, given that Brazil have won the World Cup, and also so young as well. So very, very pleasing signing to make there. With regards to fixtures, we would have played Arsenal in the last live comp and we lost 1-0, which is a little bit disappointed. Then we played Slask in the Europa League and as expected we demolished them 5-1 in the first leg, 2-0 in the next leg, and then we played Reading in the Premier League and beat them 2-1 with the goals coming from Theo Walcott and Thomas Ince in that Reading game. The Europa League one was, to be honest, it was more or less a foregone conclusion that we were going to win that one because Slask aren't a very good team, given I've not really heard much about them, so they can't be that good really, can they really? So Europa League group is CSK Moscow, Trabzonspor and Ammonia. I think I said that right, I'm sorry if I didn't. But CSK Moscow, of course, a very strong team. Trabzonspor, another very strong team. But I'd expect us to beat Trabzonspor and Ammonia, who are a Cypriot team, I believe. And CSK Moscow will prove the biggest threat. And we do play them next, actually. And then it's really weird. Our schedule is now quite packed because we play Premier League game, then we play Europa League, then we play Capital One Cup, then we play Premier League, Europa League. It's quite hectic. So as a result of that, I've had to rotate the team quite a lot today, just to ensure, particularly because due to the lack of we've got the homegrown players in terms of British players or players who have been in the country long enough to get homegrown status, but we've got no QPR homegrown players, so players we've developed as a club, because none of the players in this team are from QPR. So we are having to register 21 players for the Europa League rather than the 25, which does leave us a little bit short on options. But it's a positive in a way because it means that in the games, the non-Europa League games, where I can play the other players, those 4 players who aren't registered for the Europa League, I can give them game time in these games. So, for example, Boita, Diakite, and I think Adam Milson's not registered. I think he's not registered. But yes, I can just rotate the team and bring in some extra different players, and it just keeps things quite fresh. Andrade is going to start on the bench today, perhaps if we're winning, which I'm not too confident actually, given I have rotated quite a lot. If we are winning though, I can bring him on and give him a nice little introduction to the Premier League and to our fans, of course. And team talk's not going. Oh, here we go. Not going great, team talk. Okay, let's get this thing underway. It seems like every time I play this save, I just get more and more I don't know, excited about this team's prospects and how it's developed, because it is developed so quickly from being such a poor team, or not a poor team, it was never a poor team, but being an average team, to now it's not. I mean, the players are by no means the best players in the Premier League, or they're not even. I would say the squad is should be a mid-table team really, or a top mid-table team, and it's playing. I mean, I think our league position is a little bit low given the fact that we had the Europa League games, so we're a couple of games behind other teams, but it's playing like it's a Europa League Champions League team. It's really, really pleasing to play with actually, and some of the football, as I've said in previous episodes, is electrifying at times. And that's what leads me on to my next point, which is that I think it's really cool is that the way this team it can unlock defences in three key different ways. We can either be very tactical about it all and be very skillful and patient in our build-up play, and then with that one it lends itself to Adel Tarap and Fowlin to come into play a lot more, and then also Players like Adam Milson can do that sort of role quite nicely for us. But then we can also go all-out speed, and Adam Milson can also do that role. And now Andre's got quite good speed on him as well, so I expect him to be able to do it. He can just run at the defence. And then we got the wingers in Redmond, Thomas Ince, Junior Hoylett, Wilfred Zaha, both of them just electrifying speed. And we can just literally, at times, just crank it up a notch and just go into first gear and just really all-out speed and just run round defences. So that's the second way we can lock defences. And the third way is just brute force. And I'd say the go-to guy for me in this team is definitely Dribble Cisse. He's the experienced striker. He's the leader of the strike force, leader of the team. He's one of my oldest players, other than Julio Cesar, I believe. And he is just the go-to guy who can just, when I need a goal, send him on, and he's just like a man mountain. He just runs through the defence effectively. It's just, cool thing about him is his finishing is really good as well. But it's like 16, which is not too bad at all. He can do the patient role. He can do the speed role because he's still relatively quick for a 32-year-old, and he can then do the brute force role because he's relatively strong as well. So it just having a player like him in the team. I think every team needs a go-to guy. Like for example, Manchester United, I would say it's Rooney, obviously, or Van Persie, for example. For Chelsea, it's Eden Hazard or Mata, and probably Mata actually, I'd say, in my opinion. You get the idea. Messi for Barcelona, Real Madrid, it's Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, just the go-to guy, and I believe that is what Dribble Cisse's turned himself into. It's 0-0 at the moment though, which is a little bit worrying. I don't want to take Boita off because he can't play on Thursday. I want to keep him on as long as possible just to keep him happy, rather than bring on Simon Kier. But every time, I'm really optimistic that either Adam Milson or Andrej will turn themselves into the Cisse of the future for us and develop into that sort of player, because I feel like Carlos Fierro is going to be a much more tactical player, as is Mason Bennett, although Mason Bennett may be the speedster as that sort of role, in our team. But as a result of us Robinson makes a good save. As a result of us not being able to register a full 25-man squad, it has led me to, in the training, for example, I've had to set all the players. I think barged a couple of players. I think Wilfred Zaha is learning to play right wing as per usual. We've been doing that since day one. But I think only Mbia isn't learning a new position because I want him to keep developing as a centre-back, because his starting attributes for a centre-back aren't amazing, but he plays above what his attributes suggest he should be able to. But I'm just trying to develop him a lot more, so I don't want him to worry about learning a new position. And that Ad Milson should have finished that one. But so now all the players are learning completely new positions to play, just to give me that extra option, just in case it gets to Europa League time and I can't pick a certain player, for example. And I'm going to no, that's risky. Ad Milson's completely buggered as well. Andrej's going to have to come on, and it's not ideal because it's 0-0. But you never know, he could come up with the goods. I say that, and it's across the goal. I'm reading the text. Have they scored? No. Apparently he should have hit the net. England have picked Rob Green in their England squad. Joe Hart, Scott Carson, and Rob Green are their three goalkeepers. I got a message because apparently I was still subscribed to Rob Green. I'm not anymore, but I was. And it's saying he's been picked, which astounds me because they've not picked Jack Butland. Okay, his attributes aren't amazing, and that's why I'm not going after him anymore, because he just doesn't develop as he should do, really, in a realistic way. And then they've looked over Jason. I think is it Jason Steele, the former Middlesbrough? He's now a former because he's now playing for Fulham on my save. But the Middlesbrough goalkeeper Steele, who's an absolute beast, and Alex Smithies. Again, his attributes aren't great, but for a third-choice England goalkeeper, I think he's better than Rob Green. But then they would be picking John Ruddy. He has been the third choice, but he's injured for like 3 months or something ridiculous. So that's why. But I just can't believe they picked Rob Green. And the cool thing is, he's not played a professional game in 2 years. Since he was with us, he hasn't played a professional match. Rooney? 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 Who's this Rooney? Adam Rooney. Is that Wayne Rooney's? No. I don't know who that is. Someone will probably tell me in the comments. What's going on? Come on, give it Andrej. Get him over goal. Foul in. Tarat. Tarap hits it. Robinson. We're going to have to crank this up a bit because this is not developing as it should do. We need to get ourselves a goal pretty quickly. Tarap swings it in. Papadopoulos almost gets the goal. Almost gets the goal. Right, we're going to change the set pieces and we're going to aim near post. Just give them something different to deal with, because at the moment it's a little bit routine, a little bit similar, same what we're doing. It's not great. So target man Andrade, and we'll play to his feet. I think we'll go direct passing, and that will do. Hopefully this will work and get us the goal. Plus we've bumped it up to attack, I believe now. Oh god, the counter-attack though. Blackburn. Oh god. Stop him. No. Is that Ensu? Just missed the tackle. Diakite comes back, saves the day. Done that so many times now over the couple of seasons we've been playing this series. Or this save, I should say. Where are we going? What's going on? At the 80th minute, I think I'm going to bump it up to overload. Although I've found sometimes that does backfire on me because we're going too attacking and we leave ourselves exposed at the back. Let me highlight. Oh god, Tarap's injured. I'm going to put Junior Hoylett in there. And with Thomas Ince. No, not Thomas Ince. That's a stupid idea. Don't do that. I'm going to put Thomas Ince on the left. Now the reason I'm putting Hoylett in the middle is because Hoylett had a really good game the other day in the middle. I'm going to play him as an inside forward. Attack. Ince as a winger. So we're a little bit not unsymmetrical, whatever the word is, but that's okay because it's 8 minutes to go, and I'm just trying something. I might even put Ince further at the pitch. In fact, I am going to put Ince further at the pitch. I think that will be the best thing to do. And we'll just play him as a wing. I'm not going to... and I get text. I'm not going to play him as a inside forward because I've got Junior Hoylett as an inside forward. Anything? Please? No? Okay, fair enough. Oh god, don't you dare. Good work, Papadopoulos. Or Papadopoulos. I don't know how you say his name. Papadopoulos will do. Clear it. Clear it. There we go. Referee blows for full time. My record is not very good at all with this team. But it is, in terms of live comms. But it is because whenever I do a live comm, I seem to rotate the team. I must remember for the next one not to rotate the team. I'm going to tell them I'm disappointed. I must not rotate the team for next game and show you guys this team at its full potential, its full strength, because that wasn't great. I'm to blame. I shouldn't have rotated the team as much as I did. I played too many different players. I'm not going to tell him if he's going to be a starter or not. Robinson, don't care about you. Right, next live com will be against, provided the Capital One Cup doesn't get in the way for another leg or whatever. It will be against Trabzonspor in the Europa League, so that'll be quite a bit of a change. They've got Joseph Yobo, or Yobo, former Everton player. Okay, right, leave a like for the I don't know what you can leave a like for being in the Europa League. Leave a like if you're being in the Europa League and if you've enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys next time.